As India goes through a phase of unlocking and reopening its economy, businesses are trying to get back on track, and same is the case for car makers as people are now finally looking to buy their dream car once again. Now, Maruti Suzuki is going to launch the S Cross in a petrol avatar for the very first time, and that too very soon. And to know more about what all is going to be new in the S Cross Petrol, we are going to have a word today with Mr. C.V. Raman from Maruti Suzuki.
Sir, first of all, like we got to know now the S Cross is already on schedule to be launched soon. Now, this is the first time the S Cross will be coming in a petrol format, like it is happening with Maruti vehicles. So, although this is an existing engine that you're using now in the S Cross petrol, are there any changes you've made specifically for the S Cross in this engine?
Well, for the mating of the engine into the vehicle, the engine room, there was a change of the way it is mounted. So it's a pendulum mounting engine, so that it gives better NVH performance for the customer. And apart from that, of course, there is the calibration change which has been done. The K15 comes with the smart hybrid technology, and which is with a 2 battery system, and it comes in a 4-speed automatic transmission and 5-speed manual transmission. So mainly it was more of calibration changes for making it BS6 compliant. That's what we had to do as far as this process is concerned from a powertrain perspective. Yes.
And there's also the smart hybrid in the hybrid system.
Yeah.
Now, the lithium-ion battery that you're using, it's the same, or has there been any change to the capacity of the battery?
No, it's the same capacity. What is doing duty on the Ertiga and the XL6, or the Ciaz, the same smart hybrid technology with a 2-battery system. So that is what is being used. It does the regeneration, it does start stop, and it does also provide assist when the customer desires. So from a functionality perspective, it does that, and from a fuel efficiency perspective, the calibration has been done well in the sense that the manual transmission gives 18.55 kilometers to a liter, and the automatic transmission gives 18.43 kilometers to a liter. So the smart hybrid technology does help in ensuring good fuel efficiency even in the automatic transmission.
All right. And now you've gone in for the 4-speed automatic with the S Cross petrol. Any specific reason to choose this over the AMT that you are already using with your other vehicles?
Yeah, so the AMT which we are using, the AGS technology, we have limited it to the lower end of the our products. So at the B segment, up to the Swift and the Desire, we have the AGS technology. Above that, we are seeing either a CVT or a AT system in our vehicles. So on the Ciaz, on the Ertiga XL6, and the Vitara Brezza, in all of them we have this 4-speed automatic transmission, which is doing duty, and it is doing well, being well accepted. 4-speed automatic transmission from our customers. Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Raman, is there any considering the kind of vehicles that are on sale today, and Maruti is the leader, but this 4-speed automatic, it's just not in sync with what is being offered from the competition. So why is Maruti still stuck with a 4-speed automatic?
Well, we believe that the 4-speed is doing good duty because we are most of our vehicles all the vehicles are urban vehicles, mostly running in the urban spaces, and this is an urban SUV. And the urban SUV, I think one of the things is what you're looking for is from a top speed perspective or from a performance and a delivery perspective. The 4-speed automatic does good duty in the city traffic as well as on highway. a mix of that, it does well. The long distance travel, of course, is very limited by the customers. So most of the time it is city use, and for the city use perspective, the 4-speed dual does a good performance with the K15, and with the smart hybrid technology, it does help in getting the good fuel efficiency. So because you are able to, the change of the gears are, it is much easier, or it's in sync, so that it gives the best fuel efficiency. So I think that's going forward. I think we believe is going to be well accepted, because it has been accepted well in the other products of ours as well.
Okay. But are you, besides this, are you considering or are you working on a new torque converter automatic transmission?
Well, technology development continues to happen, in Maruti Suzuki. Even in COVID times, we continue to do it. So I think that is going to continue to happen. So what kind of transmission, what are the other things, is something which I will not be able to talk about now. But yeah, definitely we are cognizant of the fact that today what we have, 4-speed automatic, is well accepted. Going forward in future, what is the kind of changes which we need to do in our portfolio in the lower end and to the higher end? Yes, that technology development will continue to happen.
Yeah. Okay. And you just said that the acceptance for this is quite nice from the consumer side. Now, if we talk about the Brezza itself, how has the response been for the Brezza? For the
Brezza has been doing well. Has been doing well. Unfortunately, after we launched, post March end, we went into the lockdown, and for almost 1.5 months, the retail was closed. And now we just opened up, and so therefore, I think it is doing well. Initial reports, because just had about 1.5 or 2.5 months of production, and sales of almost 10 weeks or so. I think its initial reports are good.
Okay. And the uptake for the automatic transmission is good in the
percentages. I don't recall right now, but I think it is doing well.
Okay. Now, one big thing, Mr. Raman, Maruti decided to move away from diesels. Now, recently, it was looking all good, but now suddenly, like Delhi government recently reduced the diesel prices, and there are talks again from some other state governments planning to reduce the prices. Now, there are also some new models wherein almost 60% of those compact SUVs, the bookings are for diesel. So, are you finding, is Maruti seeing this as a missed opportunity, and are you still open to having diesel on your radar?
Well, the two parts to this. One is on the small diesel engine, the 1.3 liter level of vehicle engine. I think that's something which is not likely to happen, because in the small hatches or in the small sedan segment, where it was being used predominantly with having large volumes, there the cost impact or the price difference for a BS6 is going to be significant. And so therefore, I don't think that is not going to, that's not definitely what we believe is going to grow as a market for diesel. Having said that, I think where the customer is looking for, and the customer is looking for today, total cost of ownership, and looking at acquisition price as well as running cost. From that perspective, in many states today, you see the petrol and diesel prices being almost similar or same, and so therefore, unless you are doing more than 3,000 or 4,000 kilometers a month, the diesel doesn't really help in from a cost of ownership perspective. So that's one fact. The second is that where does the diesel, and you did mention about SUVs. So the SUV market and the MUV market, there will be definitely some people who will still want to have a diesel vehicle. But we have seen that in places like Delhi and many other places, a lot of our customers actually wanted a petrol vehicle. So what was the being demanded by the customer in a S-Cross was, we want a petrol and we want an automatic transmission. which is not there in our portfolio in that segment. And today we have that, and so of course we don't have the diesel. But I believe that there is a shift which is happening for petrol vehicles, and till now, last year, was maybe about 35-37% was the diesel penetration. Maybe post BS6 this may become half, and it may be limited to some percentages in the SUV or the MUV space. Is what we do.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, if the customers still are looking at it and these numbers are going to grow, we will definitely look at it, look at that opportunity going forward.
So the 1.5 liter that was available in the Ciaz before the transition to BS6 happened, I believe that is upgradable to BS6.
Yeah, of course it's upgradable. The 1.5 liter BS6 which was there on the Ertiga BS4 vehicle of Ertiga and Ciaz. Well, it can technologically it is possible to upgrade it to the BS6. Definitely.
Okay.
But it is a question of how many numbers and what is the kind of uptake which is going to happen. Is something which we are assessing right now. And if there is such a requirement, we will see.
All right. And one question that is always part of any interaction, what are the other upcoming new models we can expect from Maruti in the next few months or the year?
Our product development, whatever our efforts are, we are continuing to do that effort even in these COVID times. Technology development, model development, that work continues. And now, as far as future, models, when they will come, what it is, that's something which we will discuss when we are in a position to discuss. So we'll definitely get back on that.
All right. Just one more question about the same 1.5 liter engine. Now you said it's technically possible to upgrade it to BS6. If that happens, if ever that is a requirement, would that be possible only through a DPF, or would you also need an SCR system for that engine?
We have to study that. That's something which we have to see, depending on the application and depending on the regulation. We'll have to see, because the current BS6 definitely requires a DPF. It requires a lean NOx trap for one for the particulate matter and the other for the NOx control. So these are essential. But there are many cases where the SCR technology is also being used in passenger vehicles, and in heavy commercial vehicles, definitely most of them are used. So I think that's something which is also going to drive the cost going forward. That's one other thing one needs to look at, that in the future when the BS6 phase 2 comes in and the real driving emissions come in, depending on what is the kind of real driving emission which is stipulated, it may mean that you need to go to SCR technology too going forward, which is going to further increase the price. So we need to look at diesel in a different light, different perspective, and from regulatory perspective, from a cost acquisition perspective, from a performance perspective, and the customer, how the customer is going to view these kind of changes going.
Okay. All right. Great. I think that pretty much sums up all the queries that I had. Thank you so much.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the end of a very insightful conversation with Mr. Raman. And now you all know that the S-Cross Petrol will be launched on the 5th of August. And you can catch all the action live on www.expressdrives.com. And do stay tuned for our detailed review of the car coming up soon.